Welcome to the channel. Today we have a very special review of classic Epiphone signature slash collection from the past. So let's get to it right now. Hello YouTube, thank you for tuning in. So I'm going to give you an introduction on what we're going to be reviewing today and what exactly we're going to be covering. One thing to note is that these guitars are the old models from Slash. They are not the current Epiphone signature Slash models that were released in 2021. These are actually the older models that come with the Seymour Duncan's Slash signature, and they are actually limited edition as opposed to the new ones that came recently. So just wanted to clarify that. So let me just go through the different guitars we're going to be reviewing today so you get an idea of what we're going to cover. 2010 AFD, this is the Appetite for Destruction guitar, one of the most famous ones from Slash signature guitars. So this is going to be the oldest one we're going to review today, and we're going to go through the specs later on. 2014 Rosso Corsa Slash signature model. And last but not least, this is the Anaconda 2018. This was the last one that was released before Epiphone released the new signature models into 2021, which also includes this color as well. Alright, so let's use this guitar as an example to go through all the specs, and I'm going to be noting the differences between the models. So this is a good example. It's actually my favorite of the three, and you'll know soon enough why is that. Okay, so the things that the guitars have in common: the body is the same, is mahogany wood. The top is maple, is a maple flame veneer, so it's not really an actual maple top like a high-end guitar. It's just a very thin layer, figure layer that, you know, for the price what you're paying, these guitars used to run around $800. It's actually pretty good, and I'll try to show you some of the movement we have in these tops. Then anything else that is in common will be the Seymour Duncan Slash humbuckers. We have the typical Les Paul knobs, 2 tones and 2 volumes, one tone and 1 volume for each humbucker. We do have the typical Les Paul 3-way switch for the pickups. A difference between this Anaconda and the other 2 guitars is that this one has the thumb bleeders. You can see them here that mark the position where you are in the knobs, which is a nice touch. I mean, I don't really care too much about them, but some people do. So there you go. That's one of the differences we're going to be seeing. With the neck, we have 22 frets. As I said, the neck is mahogany, and we have some binding here. It's a cream color. The binding goes all over the neck and also the body of the guitar. Another difference here with the Anaconda compared to the other 2 guitars is that the fretboard is actually ebony. It's not rosewood as the other ones. So keep that in mind. If you prefer ebony, this is going to be your option. I prefer ebony myself, so this is one of the reasons why this guitar is my favorite. In terms of how thick the neck is, these are all Slash D neck profile, the 3 of them, which is a, you know, kind of chunky. I will not say a 58 chunky, but getting there. And actually it's not quite the same. If you compare the 3 guitars, it doesn't feel the same. They are not exactly the same at thickness, and we'll get to the specs regarding the dimensions and the measurements I took from the neck. But this is the chunkiest one. This is the one that feels more kind of like has more meat to it. At least I prefer thicker necks, so keep that in mind, and we'll go through the specs later. We have medium jumbo frets, and we have pearloid trapezoid inlays. The nut is actually plastic, definitely feels like plastic, there's no bone here, and at this price range back then you could not, expect to have something better than plastic. So then moving on with the headstock, we have the typical Les Paul model logo and Epiphone logo, as well as some Cluson style tulip tuning machines, and these are actually Epiphone Deluxe. Yeah, Epiphone Deluxe. Another thing I see here is the Schoolie, which is the slash logo. Let's see, I don't know if I'll be able to focus here with this camera. Anyway, this is something that you have to consider, because the other two guitars, and we'll see them in detail later, they have the Schoolie on the front of the headstock, and it's quite large, and some people don't like that, and I think this is the reason why Epiphone decided to go with this new look in the Anaconda, where the Schoolie is not on the front, it's in the back, kind of hidden a little bit, you might say. I don't have a problem with the Schoolie. I think it's fine anywhere you want to put it. I don't feel ashamed of having a slash logo in my guitars. It feels, I think it's an inspirational thing, but to each of his own. So keep that in mind. I think if you don't want that big logo, get this one. So let's see what else. I cannot remember all the little numbers of the measurements I took. I took the measurements of the output of the pickups through the output cable. So I'm lazy. I didn't actually just measure the thing the way it was supposed to be, like going inside and opening the cavities. But the way I measure, you'll get an idea of what the output is. So what else? Sure, I didn't forget anything. Yes, the back. So the three guitars come with clear backs, meaning you can see the wood is not painted at all, it's not finished that way, it's just lacquer, and the coloration of the lacquer is different among the three guitars. This one has a kind of like a little darker coloration, but kind of more natural looking, as opposed to the other two that they kind of have some reddish coloration to it, like cherry. This one is more kind of natural wood looking, and yeah, I love to see the wood, so I'm glad they didn't go with painted backs. It comes with, oh yeah, the three of them are made in China, so as expected, Chinese guitars, handcrafted in China, and we have 100% inspected and set up in the USA by 34, well, by the Epiphone logo. We have the Epiphone logo, and then 34, which I guess is just kind of the person or the station that did the quality inspection. And then we have the inspection quality control card. And something you'll see in the other ones, the other two have a special printed logo regarding Epiphone Custom Shop, something like that. You will see in detail later. Alright, so before I finish with this Anaconda and move on to the other guitars, I'm going to give you a zoom in of the guitar just to make sure that you can capture some of the details. Not sure how good this camera is going to be with the autofocus, but I apologize if it's slow. And then you'll see a showcase after this section. We'll have a showcase where I'm going to try my best to show you the details of the guitar. The back. You see the wood, looks pretty nice. Alright, so here we have the Rosso Corsa, which is a super cool color. I love this red. It has a nice veneer as the other ones. So let's just try to show you a little bit of that flame. If you can capture some of the movement. You can see the schoolie, pretty big right there in your face. This is only for big slash fans, I guess. And then the back has more cherry quarter lacquer. I don't think you can see it in the camera, but it looks very nice. I mean, you're gonna see a little seal. I'm not sure if you can see it here. So basically what it says is 2014 Epiphone 20, so 2014 is written down, 2014 then Epiphone, and then in numbers 2014, and then performance is our passion. So that's a pretty cool logo that you don't get in the Anaconda. The Anaconda doesn't have any of those things. And this is not a sticker, it's printed. It's printed on the wood. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's one of the things that some people might prefer or put a lot of weight on it. And you'll see that the AFD, the Appetite for Destruction, has a similar logo. All right, so let's move on to the AFD now. So 2010 AFD, this guitar is basically the heaviest of the three. And then what I was saying about that logo, the printed seal, is limited edition Epiphone custom shop. Well, beware that there's no custom shop in Epiphone. This is when they say that, it means that there was a collaboration between the Gibson custom shop and Epiphone to create a special guitar that was in compliance with all the specs of whatever the original was. So yeah, that's what that is, not really custom shop. All right, so let's give you a close-up of this guitar. This is very nice veneer. Let me see if I can show you some of the movement. This one has quite a lot of movement. Here we have the schoolie again, very large in the front of the headstock. And the back is pretty similar to the Rosso Corsa. It's kind of a cherry lacquer finish on top of the natural wood. Very nice mahogany there. Then let's see if you can actually see the logo there. The custom shop logo. All right, so now I'm going to go through all the little numbers and the specs I captured from these three guitars. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything, so bear with me. I'm gonna get my tablet to do this. All right, so here are most of the specs. Neck shape, as I said, the /D neck profile. The width of the neck on the nut is spec has 1.68 inches, and I did measure it, so I'll tell you more about what I found when I measured it. So let's start first with how limited these three guitars were. Let's go from the least limited. So the AFD limited to 3,000 units. Then we have the Rosso Corsa limited to 1,200 units. And then the most limited of the three, which is the Anaconda, limited to 900 units. So yeah, Anaconda seems to be the most challenging to acquire, so not too many of them. So the width at the neck, yeah, it was 1.6 for all of them, not exactly the same, but you know, pretty close to 1.68. The neck width, yeah, so the neck width at the 12 is 2 inches for all of them. So neck thickness for the AFD is 0.8, for the Rosso Corsa is 0.8 as well, and for the Anaconda is 0.9. Oh, I apologize. Thickness is at the first fret. Sorry. So this is what I just said is the neck thickness at the first fret. So 0.8 for the AFD, 0.8 for the Rosso Corsa, and 0.9 for the Anaconda. So as I said before, the Anaconda has the thickest neck, even though they are actually the same /D profile. And then we have the neck thickness at the 12, we have 0.9 for the AFD and 0.9 for the Rosso Corsa. So yeah, so it gets a little thicker there. And then we have 1 inch for the Anaconda. So definitely a thicker neck in the Anaconda. The weight for these guitars, the AFD is 9 pounds and 4 ounces. The Anaconda is 8 pounds and 4.4 ounces. The Corsa, Rosso Corsa, is 8 pounds and 5.3 ounces. So the lightest of them is the Anaconda. The heaviest, the AFD, and it's quite chunky. Feels way thicker than the other two. Let's move on to the output of the pickups. So for the neck pickup, we have AFD with 7.95, 7.68 for the Anaconda, and 7.75 for the Rosso Corsa. So the 7.95 of the AFD for the hottest among the three of them. Then we have the pickup on the bridge. For the AFD, we have 8.44. For the Anaconda, we have 8.48. And then we have 8.75 for the Rosso Corsa. And for both pickups, the measure output for the AFD is 4.9, for the Anaconda 4.9, and then for the Rosso Corsa 4.1. So another thing I forgot to mention earlier is that there is weight relief in these guitars. At least for the Anaconda and Rosso Corsa, we have the 9 holes weight relief, meaning that inside it's not really solid. There's holes carved out to decrease the weight of the guitar. So I could not confirm if the AFD has weight relief. At least in the documentation I found, I could not find it, but maybe. So if you know better than me, just please comment on the comment section and let us know if there's weight relief or not. This guy is the heaviest of the three, so maybe it's not weight relief at all. Who knows? So now we're going to play these guitars just to get a little bit of a sample of sound we can get from them and compare them to each other, and then we'll take it from there. All right. Alright, so if I have to make my mind and decide which of these guitars will be the best for me, I will say the Anaconda, because number one, it has a chunkier neck and I prefer that. And number two, it has ebony fretboard, so that's a preferred wood for me. So based solely on that, yeah, the Anaconda for me will be the winner. It will be an advantage for some that the Anaconda doesn't have the schoolie on the front. For me, even if it will still be my favorite. So just keep that in mind. And if you can find one of these guitars, I say go for it. I think what you get for the price is great. Keep in mind that the new signature models, Epiphone has been evolving, and they are much better than they were before. Most of their guitars now come with better wiring, electronics, CTS pods and all that. But where they fail and they miss a very good opportunity was with the signature models from Slash, because they didn't put the signature Seymour Duncan humbuckers in them, which I think is a great mistake. It's a signature Slash guitar. You need to put those Seymour Duncan signatures. These are very well known, popular humbuckers. It's kind of like a no-brainer. Like, they are proven, that they have been put to the test of time, and people love those. So trying to design your own in-house made Epiphone, and same with Gibson. It's like, I don't think it was a bright idea to come up with these Porsche Bockers, Slash Bockers, how they used to call them. I don't think that's the best way to go. But whatever, I'm sure they did their math, and they thought it was gonna be still a profitable thing to do. But in terms of guitar playing, And you know, the legacy of these Slash humbuckers, I think you need them in your guitar. So if you buy one of the new ones, you'll probably have to switch to Seymour Duncan humbuckers. So that will increase the price. These ones, the main thing here is they are, you know, limited edition. You cannot find these things, and they don't make them anymore. So it's well known that we have a limited number, and it's out there, it's public. I just mentioned how limited it is, and that will keep the value of these guitars higher. So if you are a kind of a collector person and you have been inspired by Slash for your guitar playing from the early ages, I think this is kind of a must. These guitars are hard to find, but if you get the chance to purchase one, I say go for it. Especially if you are a collector and you have that inspiration that came from Slash playing. So I think that's something that, you know, people will pay a lot of money for that kind of instrument. One thing I was curious was the reaction of people owning these limited edition guitars when they knew that Epiphone was going to release new ones in 2021. I would think that people will just sell them before they were available, because I think Slash posted pictures of the new guitars in Twitter or Instagram probably around 9 months or 8 months before they were released. It was a long wait. So we knew they were coming. And actually when Gibson released their Slash signatures, many people speculated that, hey, we could have Epiphone counterparts. Gibson did the same thing when they released their original collection from, you know, they went back to the basics with the Les Paul standard. They released them in 2019, I believe, and then 2020, Epiphone followed with this inspired by Gibson, and then they released their own standards that were kind of equivalent to the Gibson ones. And so yeah, some people speculated that they were going to do exactly the same thing when they released the Gibson Slash signatures, that there might be some Epiphone collection for Slash coming, and that was actually the case. They even have the acoustic Epiphones. So, but yeah, so I didn't see too many people selling these original ones at all. So yeah, I think people love these guitars and they are holding to them. So that's why it's very hard to find. But yeah, it's totally, even if you're not a Slash fan, I think these guitars are killer guitars, and the way they feel, the three of them I have right here, feel great. The frets are cut perfectly. There's no, I don't feel any sharpness in the neck. Playability wise, once you set them up the way you want them, they are just amazing guitars. So there's nothing to complain really about. The finish is amazing. Yeah, for a Chinese guitar, this is an amazing value. Actually, I didn't tell you the truth. I was going to present you with 4 guitars, not 3. So this is the first signature Slash guitar released by Epiphone in 1997, I think 96, 97. This is a 97 model. So this is in tribute to Snakepit, a Slash band when he left Guns N' Roses, and it has the logo of the snake, which is kind of you will say the mascot of the Snakepit. So this guitar has a few differences compared to the other 3. The main one is that it's made in Korea, not in China. Another difference is that the humbuckers that this guitar came with were not Seymour Duncan Slash. They were the Epiphone Open Coil Classic humbuckers, and those ones I didn't really like them, the way they sound. They sound kind of a little muddy, and they were very oxidated. The steel was a lot of stain on the metal, so I removed them and replaced them with The neck has pearly gates, and this is a custom. This is a very high output bridge humbucker, which I really love. And I didn't want it to get the Seymour Duncans because I already had too many guitars with the Slash Seymour Duncans. I wanted a different sound. So let's see what else is different in these guitars. These knobs, I think the ones that came with the guitar are actually speed dials, and they are as well black. If you see the guitar, the whole thing is black. The bridge, the tailpiece, even the tuners, even the nut is black. It goes very well with this red. So these are top hat knobs. They are a little different from the ones that it came with, but I think I like them better that way. What else? Not too much. Oh yeah, so the body and the neck is mahogany alder. I don't know what percentage is alder, what percentage is mahogany. I don't know if it's some pieces of it are mahogany and other pieces are alder. No clue, but that's something that really caught my eye. These tuners are not the original ones because they were broken when I got the guitar. The guitar needed some conditioning. It was in decent shape, but there were some scratches I had to remove. So now it's looking pretty good. But these guys, originally they are black as well, and they are also tulip style. And these are the Cluson Revolution 3. It's amazing stability in the tuning, so I highly recommend those. We have the Les Paul Classic truss rod cover, and we have this Slash signature on the headstock. And then on the back of the headstock we have a logo. It's like a seal, a round seal, just like the other seals I show you. It says Epiphone limited edition, and it has the E, the old-fashioned E Epiphone logo on the center. I'll show you in a bit. And then we have, this is a logo from, a sticker from Slash, which it came, whoever sold my guitar probably put it there, or whoever owned this guitar previously. And I think it's pretty cool. I didn't want to mess around with it, so I just left it there. Not too bad. So yeah, let me give you a little close-up. And this is very similar to the Rosso Corsa. Very, very similar to the Rosso Corsa. I'm gonna actually have them side by side in a bit to show you, because this might be a Rosso Corsa with the Snakepit logo. You can see the snake smoking. Pretty nice. Yeah, so it's a veneer, maple veneer, which it has a good amount of movement. See the rosewood neck is a bit brownish. Nice color. There is your signature from Slash. Then the back of the headstock, we have that limited edition. Right, so let's go through some of the specs, so I make sure I don't forget anything regarding this Snakepit. The neck profile of this guitar is 60 slim topper D, so definitely feels thinner. It's definitely less chunkier than the other ones. This guitar is 9 pounds and 2.5 ounces. Quite heavy, it's almost as heavy as the AFD. And then the output of the humbuckers, keep in mind, as I mentioned, these are not stock, these are Seymour Duncans I put in. In the neck bridge we have 7.37, in the bridge we have 13.86, that's a custom, pretty hot. And then both pickups is 4.81. Another spec that we have to keep in mind is that these guitars have a radius of 12, so it's a typical Les Paul radius, and the scale length is 24 and 3/4, so nothing too exciting there. It's just a typical thing you will expect from a Les Paul. Okay guys, so here we have the two guitars. See if we can compare the colors. At least to me, they look very similar. The flame, the veneer, the figurine is very similar. So see if I can get them close to you so you can see if there's any difference. Yeah, the way I thought about the Snakepit is like a Rosso Corsa with the Snakepit logo. That's kind of what I thought. So super similar. All right, guys, so that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this review. So, you know, I hope this helps you out making a decision if you want to acquire one of these collectible limited edition guitars in the future. They are hard to come by. Just keep an eye on reverb. Sometimes they will pop up and then they will just go right away. They go super quick, so just keep an eye on them. Even if you are not a Slash fan, if you love Epiphones and Les Pauls, I think this was actually fun. I just wanted to have them side by side and compare and see what, you know, what is similar, what is different. And it was actually hard to get samples of these guitars. I have been trying to get samples of these 4 models for years, and I finally did, so I had to share this to the world. It's been a long year for many of us. I just want to wish you and your families the best in 2022. Hopefully a better and different year, different for the better than 2021. Still lingering virus infections happening all over the place. So hopefully things are going to start getting better. We know we have seen the opening of many, especially for musicians. Live music is back. Now it's kind of, we are in a situation where the virus is coming back with a different variant, but hopefully it won't last too long. So just be strong and keep playing rock and roll, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.